name is Christie Dashiell. I am from the Washington, D.C. area. I grew up in North Carolina, but was born in D.C., and that's where I currently live. I'm a singer and a composer. I also am a teacher. So I do many things that are all music related, so I'm very grateful for that.
Now I constantly dream you with me right here.
I started playing jazz because my father is a jazz musician. He's a really incredible jazz bass player, and he's also an educator. And so growing up, I saw my father playing with some of the people that we consider like our heroes and sheroes of the music. He played with Maceo Parker, Bobby Watson, Stephanie Mills. And when I saw him touring and playing on different stages, I knew that's what I wanted to do. Singing just happened to be the instrument that I felt closest to. My dad, of course, is a really big hero of mine. And so, yeah, it was just through my father and seeing him tour that I got into jazz music.
Dear brother.
Diane Reeves is a really big influence, and luckily I had the chance to get to know her and work with her. I love Sarah Vaughan and Ella Fitzgerald, like all of the really great jazz singers that kind of like made the music what it is. I like them for different reasons. I like some of their improvising, but I also like that they're the consummate storytellers. Like they really take a lyric and paint a picture that make all of us feel like we're right there. The first gigs I played were with my dad. I know I mention him a lot, but he's really helped shape my love for music. And he was the person that really helped me to decide, like, to hone in on practicing and singing and making music. So the first gigs that I did were with him. He used to take me around our town in North Carolina and play little, like, private parties and all kinds of stuff when I was probably like 15. But then I went to college in DC. I went to Howard University, and through singing in their vocal ensemble, Afro Blue, I started to do some of my first kind of professional gigs. And I always remember feeling like this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Like every time I got on stage, I felt really free and open, whereas sometimes when I'm not on stage, I feel a little timid and shy. So the stage always felt like that was like my home, living. For me, that's the most inspirational thing you can do. Living and experiencing life, travel, eating, like all of the things that bring us joy is my biggest inspiration for composing music. So in a way, I know as the years go on, as I get older and older, I get closer and closer to finding who I am. I think I'm closer than I was when I was, 10 years ago. I feel like I've made peace with the fact that I'll continue to evolve, and maybe who I am will be something that changes and something I have to revisit over time. Sometimes I feel like jazz musicians are so intellectual and so analytical, which is a really great thing. That's why so many are so great and deep. But sometimes it pushes folks out that are like wanting to be more expansive in their musical expression. For instance, when I was in school, I listened to a lot of R&B and soul and gospel music. I grew up singing in church. And so when I was in school, that was a part of my sound that a lot of my teachers were telling me to sort of like downplay and play up more of the traditional jazz language in my sound, which is great because I needed to understand both things. Because jazz is folk music. It includes like the cultural elements of that too, because you can't really experience music without like being in the culture, and sometimes certain parts of the culture are like not accepted, and those are the parts of the music that we want to downplay. But I mean, it's part of the experience. It's the magic, yeah, it's the magic.